For me to want to watch an anime, it's gonna hit certain notes in the description for me to kind of like, you know, get some sort of interest in it, especially when no one has recommended it to me. One of those things is the aesthetic, and that's how I ended up watching Call of the Night. But other times it's just what the genre is. But there are two genres that I'm not necessarily super fond of, especially because I didn't grow up with that culture, which is mechas and isekais. Especially when you have a very, very accentuated system where you have your paladin, your wizard, your this, and this is your party of adventurers. And even like when they have to increase their stats and everything, I'm not necessarily fan of it. Yes, there's animes that I like that have that same that absolute like that same trope, like the time I got reborn as a slime or I'm a spider, so what? Those two I absolutely love, and they're like the exact thing that I'm talking about, where they have stats and they have their parties, yada 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 yada. So reluctantly, I started watching Frieren, however you say it. And I didn't necessarily wanted to watch it, but um, I'm one of those people that I'm not gonna say that I don't like it if I don't watch it. You know, so I started watching it, and to be honest with you, I went in not necessarily not wanting to like it, but knowing that most likely I was not going to like it. And then I got to episode 10 and I realized how invested I was. Because free rent, I'm gonna call it free rent, just if I'm wrong, just let me know in the comments. It's an isekai that kind of brings a fresh new take to the genre. Usually, when you start watching an isekai, the story starts at the beginning and then it goes towards the end. But Frieren doesn't do that. It starts at the end, and we get to see the end being a new beginning because it was the ending of her journey, her initial journey, and then we get to see kind of a new character that is becoming a new character that is trying new things in the most natural way. And then we get flashbacks to the journey prior where she wasn't like that. So the character development that we see is not one where we see the character change progressively as the story continues, but more of who the person was before we got introduced to her. And I think that was one of the things that I got to really enjoy about Free Ren, how the story is not necessarily about this grand action piece. Where's the bad guy? Let's defeat the bad guy. It's more about the journey. It's more about the experience and how little things, little experiences, little consequences that you have can turn into life changing moments. How to appreciate the now, being present. Because Frieren, being an elf, can live for hundreds and hundreds of years. So her initial journey being of only 10 years, that was a lifetime for a lot of people. That was a significant chunk of time. For her, it was nothing. And we get to see that time for her used to not be that big of a deal because she had plenty of time. But the moment she started to understand that time is not necessarily a luxury that a lot of people have, she started to appreciate it. And she started to appreciate who she was, who the party were, and as she traverses through the world, we get to experience that with her. Now, again, it's very charming for me to see an isekai being so slice of life in a way, because this is the first isekai where the goal is not the end of the journey but the journey itself. In a lot of isekais we get to see how everyone is striving for something and they go to that goal. Here it's really not about the goal. The goal is like a secondary or tertiary thing. Here the journey is what's important. The development of the characters. After watching an episode, you do feel like you've been on a little adventure with these characters, and you got to meet them, get to know them, appreciate them, understand their likes and dislikes, because that's what a journey will do. If you take any road trip with any friend, you'll get to know them way deeper than just seeing them from time to time going to the movies or to grab a coffee. So, Frieren was an anime that I was very confused about because I didn't necessarily understood why. I didn't understand why I liked it, but I liked it. And upon reflecting, I saw that this was a little bit more of a special gem that I thought it was. And I'm very happy that that was the case because I absolutely loved it. Um, I have not finished it yet, but I don't think that's the point just yet. I'm just enjoying the journey with them. Let me know if you've watched Frieren and what you think of it. Bye.